Hey guys, it's me, Maya, and today I'm going to be doing a really fun video of showing you guys some updos that I like to do when my hair is in like straightened waves like this. So I hope that you guys enjoy. This is pretty much updos for longer hair. As you can see, my hair has gotten pretty long. It's pretty much like, I mean, this long? I don't know. Past my boob. I don't know how else to say it. So it's gotten pretty long, and I feel like as your hair changes in length, you also need to be a little bit more creative. Like, this is what works for this hair type, and this is what works for this hair length. So when I style my hair curly, it's completely different kind of updos than when I style my hair straight, which makes a lot of sense. So I thought today I'd share with you the updos that are my go-tos when I have my hair straightened with little curls at the end like this, or like wavy. So if you guys have like a similar hair type, or if you like to wear your hair like this as well and you just want to prolong it, like my number one goal is to wash my hair as little as possible, then a great way to do that is by depending on updos for those days in between washing where you aren't so happy with having your hair down. It's a little flat, as you guys can see, but you still want to like not wash your hair or like upkeep it for a little bit. Then these updos are going to be awesome for you guys to depend on so that you can have your hair looking fresh and fabulous, but you know, in an updo. And these are super simple as well, so the amount of products and tools and stuff like that I'll be using are so minimal, because to be honest, I'm that person that really doesn't buy that much when it comes to like specific little hair props. I don't know what you call them, like headbands and stuff and hair ties. Like, I keep those things super simple, and when I do use like an updo, I depend on just like a few very dependable go-tos to make my look. So I'm not going to be fussing with a lot of like hair accessories or anything like that. It's going to be just a few things. So here I have the things that I'll be using. So I have with me little hair elastics. So these are the little ones that you can get. These are just black. I got them at the drugstore. You get like 200 for like $1 or $2. So these last you forever. You just get one pack and you're pretty much set forever. And then the other thing that I have are a few bobby pins. Bobby pins are always great. I use them a lot for either like adding volume to my hair in certain areas, or keeping really stubborn pieces of my hair where they're supposed to go. And then some hair ties. So for example, this one I've been loving. This is like a little hair tie scrunchie variation. I don't know, it's not exactly a scrunchie because it's pretty thin, but it's like thicker than a normal hair tie, and it has the fabric around it. So I feel like it's like a mini scrunchie. Like, I don't know, you guys know what I mean? But these have been awesome because I feel like, I don't know, they say that scrunchies give your hair less damage. So I want to believe that in this little hair tie that I've been using. I don't know if that's a fact or Maya's fiction, but either way, I've been happy using them. So let's get into the 5 different hairdos that I do all the time that are just so dependable for long hair. So yeah, let's get right to it. Okay guys, so the number one thing that I recommend is just making sure that everything you do with your hair looks really neat. If you make sure that everything looks like crisp and clean in general, I'm not being like, it's not across the board, but in general, you'll look a little bit more put together, and that little extra effort goes a long way in completing your whole look. So first things first, we're gonna brush our hair. I'm using a Denman brush, which is like a really easy brush to use if you have a lot of curls, waves, or knots. I feel like it just smooths out your hair nicely. I use this brush also when my hair is wet and I'm styling it curly to add a little bit more definition. I don't know what it is about these bristles and how they're placed, but I feel like it does help a lot with adding some definition. But my hair being straight, it's just about keeping this looking really neat. So just brushing through the entire length of my hair. All right. So the first updo that I'm gonna do is something that I've been doing lately that I kind of like just depend on when I don't want to do too much, and it's like an up and down kind of hairstyle, but instead of pulling it straight back, I'm gonna keep the part in my hair, and I'm gonna keep a few little pieces in the front to frame my face. So this look might not be for everyone, so I totally get it, but I feel like this is a cool look if you want to have a little bit of versatility to your hair and not do the same old that everyone else does. This is definitely a little bit more unique. So I'm just keeping that part that I originally had and then brushing this top part so it's like not bumpy. And you can brush through the length as well. And I'm gonna use one of my little hair elastics. What I like about hair elastics that are different from hair scrunchies is that they can really hold weight, I guess, and they can like keep volume within your hair sometimes. So if you really want to position your hair in a specific place and you want to stay, I recommend hair elastics versus a traditional hair tie. So we're just gonna get this up here. And I like to kind of separate this out. Sometimes when you separate it out, it adds a little bumpy texture, but I feel like that's part of the charm, let's say. And there we go. Then I like to use a little bit of a leave-in conditioner. In this case, I'm using the L'Oreal Elvive Dream Long hair leave-in conditioner. This is actually from Spain, so like everything's in Spanish, so I don't know what it's called exactly in the US, but I'll try to find a link and leave it down below. But pretty much this is supposed to be a hair product that helps to not only give your hair hydration but to grow it long. So if you're having a little bit of issue with breakage or anything like that, this is a great product to try. This is like my second bottle, so I really like this product. So I'm just using a really small amount and I'm gonna smooth this over my ends. And I think that's another key thing, is to keep your ends looking fresh, even if they're really not. And through the back. Again, there's a few little lumpsies here, but I feel like that's fine. And there we have our first look. It's just like a fresh twist, like I said, on the traditional up and down Ariana Grande kind of look. You have a little bit more versatility here, but it's still keeping your hair kind of out of your face, although these two drippy pieces are a little bit in your face. But yeah, I think it's like an easy go-to kind of look, and it doesn't take much time at all. Like you guys can see, this took like no time. And so if you are trying to do something a little bit different with your hair, try giving this a try. I feel like it looks especially cute if you have the ends of your hair kind of curled like I do here. And for this, I just used a flat iron and just twisted the ends. It literally took like 3 minutes to do to already straightened hair. So not bad. You just do that for like 3 minutes and then just go ahead and pop your hair up and you have a whole little complete look. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this look. I know it looks a little bit different, but I feel like this is so chill and so easy to put together that it's a really cute look. So God, this freaking lump, man. Oh. Alright, so the next updo that I am going to be showing you guys is something that's super simple. It's a bun. But I think the easy thing to do is to switch up your traditional buns. So there's a few ways that you can do this. You can either sleek it back really tight, or you can do something that's like a different kind of shape. So let's give this a try. I think the best thing that I like to do is add something a little different. So if that's like a little mini braid or something like that to make your whole look a little bit different. So I'm gonna first pull the majority of my hair up except for this one little piece over here. We're gonna set this aside. The rest of my hair I'm gonna pull up into a bun. So again, I'm gonna take my little diamond brush and just smooth out my hair. I'm not the best at like always smoothing out my hair, but I hope that you guys get the gist. Sorry guys. It's just like, I don't know, the little lumps, they always form. Alright, so we have our hair up, and I'm just doing these very quickly so you guys can get the idea. So we have our hair up, we have this little section down, and I'm just gonna pull this back for the time being in a ponytail. We can go back to that in a bit. And then this little piece I'm gonna actually braid. So I'm gonna do a traditional just flat braid, nothing fancy. And we're gonna just pull this back in a second to add just a little bit of something to our hair look. So you can even leave the ends unbraided. and you still have that like pretty kind of like curl, but it really doesn't matter because you're going to be pulling this back anyway. And again, here I think it's really important to make sure that your ends are smoothed. I think that's one of the easiest things to do, just add like a little bit of deep conditioner. Leave-in conditioner. And your whole look looks entirely more polished than if you have like little ratty ends. I mean, girl, I get it. I have extreme breakage sometimes, but. Okay, so we slick this back once we get everything else in place. So first we're gonna now turn this into a bun. We're gonna smooth everything out nice and neat. Relatively neat. And I'm gonna just twist this whole piece nice and tight and just roll it over itself. So nothing too fancy, just like a really traditional like ballerina bun. And I'm just gonna secure it using the hair tie itself. So again, keeping this super simple. And now I'm gonna pull this hair piece back. You can pull this, just making sure it's following like the rest of your hair. And twist it around. And I'm gonna use a little bobby pin to pin this baby back. And so this is still like a very traditional look. I feel like this is perfect for work or school, where you can just pull your hair back but have a little bit of something going on. Then you can use your brush or a small little eyebrow brush to smooth down any baby hairs. You can also use a baby hair product to get these nice and smooth. All right, and I think the difficult thing here sometimes can be to get this smooth as well around the braid, but don't worry too much about it. I think this is one of the things where like, yeah, you want your hair to look neat, but don't like go crazy about it either, you know? Like you can totally just have a few little framing pieces if you want. Like you can totally pull, you know, any pieces down if you want and have like more of a fringy look, a chill look. It's really up to you. So, and I'm like contradicting myself, but I hope you guys get what I'm saying, that you can keep it a little bit more casual, or you can make sure it's really like precisely done. So either option is great. All right, so going down this whole braid route, I'm gonna go down to our next look. So for our next hair look, I'm gonna just brush all of my hair back, and I'm gonna pull this into another ponytail. So a super simple ponytail. And I'm gonna pull everything back and smooth it out. And I feel like this is a very easy approach to doing a braid, is if you want to make sure that everything stays nice and smooth, you can just do like a double braid and then split it and merge it together again at the end, if that makes sense. So I'm just doing 2 braids on either side of my head. And this does not need to be perfect at all. So again, this is something that takes barely any time and you need barely any materials for. And that's really the focus of this video, is to give you guys some ideas of hair looks that look decent but really don't take much. So I know there's hair tutorials where it's like, it only takes 10 minutes. I'm talking about like 2 minutes. Like this takes no time, you know? It's just something you can do in the morning when you're actually like going to work or school and you don't want to spend so much time doing your hair. Okay, so we've flat braided this one half of my hair. I know I'm like the slowest braider, guys. Okay, so we have this one half of our hair done. Let's move on to the other half. And I love this look. This is like a look that I use all the time at work or school. And I feel like it's just different, you know? It's not too crazy where people are gonna be like, what the what are you wearing on your head? But it's like different enough where it's not like just a ponytail, you know? All right, and these don't need to be exactly the same size, but relatively the same size. And then what I like to do is twist them together. So just twisting between the two. And trying to keep the braids intact somewhat. If they fall apart a little bit, it's okay. And then we're gonna go back with our little hair elastic at the end and just secure the two braids together. So it just becomes a really interesting look. And again, your hair is out of your face, very practical for like school or work wear. It's just something that you can do to keep your hair out of your face and have some kind of hair look going on. So we've twisted the two braids together, secured within an elastic, and there we go. That's our next look. What do you guys think? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Would you wear it? I love it. Like, I feel like this is such an easy go-to. And again, your hair's out of your face. I know I've said that like 5 times, but it's so important for me because I work at like a computer and I have glasses sometimes, depending on okay. And I'm like there at work, and it's so important for me to be like practical with my hair choices and everything, you know, style-wise, for it to be functional. So this is super functional if you work in like an office setting or in a medical setting. Like, this is a way to keep your hair up and out, but also just don't like just have a ponytail. You do something a little bit different. So yeah, I really like it. The next thing that I'm gonna do is kind of a hybrid of like an updo. So I get it if you guys are like, I don't know if that's really an updo, but I'm gonna first put my hair up. And this is like a twist on the traditional like little hair up bun, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna put my hair up, half of it, Ariana Grande style, tighten it. Okay, and I would suggest maybe going back with like a natural boar hair brush or something like that. I'm then going to do another little braid. So I'm pretty much like adding just a little bit of something to change up really traditional hair looks. So braiding just a traditional braid, because I'm really not good at braiding. So I like to keep it really simple because I'm not doing like fishtail braids down my hair. Although if you know how to do those types of braids, like that's an easy switch from this look where you can just do like a different kind of braid. So doing a traditional braid down the length of my hair, that little piece. You could like end it right here, right? Like you could do a braid updo like this, and that's like a change on the norm because so many people have just like the hair up. So I feel like that's a really interesting change. So let me show you guys that first. So this is the next look. So your hair is up, it's looking cute. You have something different, this little braid. I love it. I love it. And then a little change on this look would be to gather it and turn it on itself to make a little baby bun. A little baby bun. And then here, I'm gonna remove the elastic and secure it with some bobby pins because I feel like they're a little bit more dependable. And like I said, they're good at like keeping things up where you need them. So then this is our variation. I know little up buns are not for everybody, so I hope that you guys enjoyed the other looks that I shared with you guys. And so these were my 5 updos for long hair. I feel like when you have long hair, you want to kind of take advantage of the fact that it's long. And so that's why I'm doing a lot of these up, half down looks, because I feel like those are really flattering for longer hair. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and hit that little red subscribe button down below and click the little bell so you're notified whenever I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.